Thanks to the guys inside the center, and we'll go back to them at the half. In the meantime, all eyes once again on Mark the Spark Kagiwa and his counterpart on the other end, El Granada Gary David. Crucial game for those two gentlemen and their two teams tonight as Ginebra takes on Global Port for our Thriller Friday inside the Big Dome, and the theme is perfect. It is all about displaying that survival instinct, because the games really matter a lot at this stage of the tournament. Nico Alili with Senor Domingo El Conquistador, Dominic Uy, and Dominic, I think you have a way of simplifying what is at stake in the remaining games of the elimination round.
Puntahan muna natin, una, itong Global Port. Global Port needs to win this basketball game to be able to advance into the quarterfinals. Simpleng-simple para sa kanila. They win it, they lose all those complications. Para pasok na sila agad dito sa quarterfinals. Barangay Ginebra naman, they need to win their next two games, meaning tonight and Sunday. Kung mananalo sila sa dalawang larong yon, they will make it to the top 4 spot. So that is basically what is at stake if they win this ball game. Kung matatalo sila, nagiging mas komplikado ang buhay nitong dalawang koponan.
Basic guiding principle when you're looking at the team standings, and baka sabihin ng mga Ginebra fan, teka, layo nila. But you count the number of losses, and then dumoy kokopera kung saan hanggang saan kaya umabot ng inyong team. Now, Mark Kagiwa, as far as he's concerned, he wants to take this team all the way. What's new? He's always been that way. And Mark, he has made a career out of bouncing back. One game he shoots terrible, and then he bounces back, and it's basically a resurrection of Mark. You see his numbers against San Mig Coffee in that Manila Clasico encounter, and then he came back with 32 points, 24 in the first half against Rainer Shine.
Yan ang kaganda dito kay Mark Kagiwa. Mark Kagiwa is the type of player that when he's got his back against the wall, that's why he's perfect for Barangay Ginebra. When you think that he's down and out, then he comes up with like a superhero performance in that next game. Napakaganda talaga ng storya. Itong si Mark Kagiwa, he just knows how to play. He loves to play. He hates to lose.
We go to the other side, and Gary David's journey continues. He's still searching for his first PBA championship, and this has been a trying tournament para kay Gary.
Oh, Gary David, you look at his numbers in again. Understand that Rico brings a lot of energy, so he wants to start out strong in this ball game.
Here's Ellis. Shot clock reads 14. Elton Brand picked up by Gary David. Bounce pass to Lohorn. It's eruption time. Early. First 2 points for Dior Lohorn.
Dior Lohorn is a type of import that you need to set him up. Hindi mo siya pwedeng ipoposte lang because that's when you do not maximize his strength. But when he's on the move, it's very difficult to stop him when he's got that one dribble going to the basket.
And turnover here against Global Port.
Well, this is that play. Perfect setup job for Dior Lohorn. Kung mapapansin mo, ibang mga laro nitong si Lohorn, pagka po poste lang siya, he's not as effective.
That was brought to you by Photon. Empower your business. Foul is against Sol Mercado, his first. There's the foul, and the basket is good. Bonus free throw for
rain or shine. What a big win for them. A long break before they're playing this basketball game, and then tuloy sila Sunday against Talk and Text. We mentioned it at the beginning of the coverage. Kinakailangan nilang manalo itong dalawang laro nila to be able to get assured of that 4th spot.
great touch passing here by Ginebra, ends up in that dunk by Lohorn, and we'll be back in a moment.
Any other scenario but to win. Yan ang sabi ni Coach Jonel Baculi. Para sa huling laro ng Global Port, they have to put it out there mula pa lang sa simula hanggang sa dulo. Kasama dyan ang pagtitiwala at pagsasama-sama. Pero worried pa rin si Coach Jonel sa Big 3 ng Ginebra. At yan ay si Mark Caguiwa, L.A. Tenorio at Dior Lohorn. Pero kampante pa rin si Coach Jonel sa kanyang mas malalaki at diasaring mga players pagdating sa depensa. Balik sa inyo, guys.
Thank you, Erica. Erica, of course, completes our trio for this ball game. Sol Mercado, it's hemmed in by a double team. Jay Washington fires away.
Check out that defense na pinakita ng Barangay Ginebra off that pick and roll of Sol Mercado. They really delayed that play, but luckily for them, nahanap pa rin ni Sol Mercado ito si Jay Wash for that three-point shot.
Bullet pass by LA, and it will be last touch on Meyerhofer.
With Barangay Ginebra, the best thing that L.A. Tenorio does for this team is he moves that basketball. When you have a Mark Caguiwa, J.J. Helderman, itong si Chris Ellis, these are the guys who, pag pinasahan mo, basically they're going to the basket. So when you have L.A. Tenorio averaging 9 assists per ball game, you're the leading assisting team in the league. Wow, yun ang nabibigay ng L.A. Tenorio.
Meantime, Jay Wash now with 8 points to start the game. Something that Global Port needed because of Ginebra's opening blitz. And Ellis loses that ball, been out of control, and trying to drive against two Global Port defenders.
Lahat ng 8 puntos nang galing dito kay Jay Wash. You know, Jay Washington, he's really a player that you want him to get going. You know, Global Port, a lot of promise with their guys that kung pagka tinitig mo, pinagsama-sama nila yung mga players na sinasabing medyo mahirap daw i-coach, but all of them something to prove in this league. So if you're able to put them all together, what a tremendous team Global Port will be.
Global Port just tied the ball game. 10 apiece. 9 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Lohorn way outside, shot clock down to 10. This Ellis fires a 3. Good effort by Rico Meyerhofer. So the ball will stay with Ginebra. Willie Wilson checking in for Rico Meyerhofer. And Ellis goes up without the leather completely.
Good defense that time. You know, when you look at Global Port, this is the most number of wins that they've had so far joining dito sa ating PBA. So it'll take a 4th win to be able to assure themselves of that place in the quarterfinals na hindi pa nila nararating. They've actually ended the previous conferences dead last.
Here's Washington again. Rebound Tenorio. JJ's running. Here's Lohorn. Lohorn spins and misses.
Dior Lohorn, up to now, I still feel is not a basic or classic Barangay Ginebra type of an import that's really flashy and that can get the crowd going, but they like him because he's got that inside presence.
As Gary David scores inside, and there's a foul from the Ginebra defender. It's against JJ Helderman.
This is that good pass by Yusef Taha. Yusef Taha also making good in the minutes na binibigay sa kanya ni Coach Jonel Baculi ever since nasuspend itong si Kelly Nabong. Artistahin naman yung dating.
Hindi nga medical reasons ka kung bakit siya
Hindi, pero kung ginusto man niya rin naman suotin yan, bagay naman.
Okay. Well, you know what? Here's the story with the shades of Coach Jonel. Erica?
Isa nga yan sa mga highlights ngayong gabi ang pag-shades ni Coach Junel. He underwent an eye procedure yesterday at kailangan daw iwasan ng ilaw ng kanyang sensitive na mga mata at the moment. Pero he jokingly said, pahiyang daw yan para swertihin ngayong gabi. Balik sa inyo.
Analysis ang global.
Parati na siya nakashades.
Kailangan nakashades na siya kahit hindi na kailangan. Here's Jay Wash. Out pass. You know what I don't get? I can perfectly understand Junel having to wear shades kasi nga bawal matamaan ng matinding ilaw yung mata niya. I cannot understand yung mga pupunta na sa loob ng mall na naka-shades at hindi sila artista. Hindi ko mag-gets yun talaga.
Baka naman shy lang sila.
Shy! Naka-shades. Punta ka mall, naka-shades. Ano bang araw sa loob ng mall?
Malakas yung ilaw sa mall.
Hindi ko mag-gets. Are you gonna tell me lahat yung medical reason lahat yun?
Depende.
Bakit pwede? Oh, may sayang. Alright, close to the 7-minute mark of the opening quarter. And referee Nestor Zambrano says, hold on, boys. That will be the second personal against Chris Ellis. Now, just in case we have viewers who really prefer to wear, shades inside the mall, well, you know what? They have the liberty.
It's okay.
The Constitution protects that right. It's not against the law, so pwede rin. Wala na lang pa sa ganun siguro. Wala pa sa ganun. Wala na lang pa sa ganun. Each is own. Pero I will respect that.
Alam ko na. So hindi mo talaga gagawin yun.
Ako?
Oh.
No, of course not. Why would I do that?
Para alam ko na, the next time may bet tayo, yun ang consequence.
Pagkagawa mo sa akin, I'm not going to do that. It would be against my principles.
Baka naman, nanood sila ng sine.
So nanood ng sine, nag-shade sila sa loob ng sine.
Oh, napayak. Ayaw makita na umiyak sila.
Lohorn connects. Here, Lohorn now with 8 points. And JJ Hildebrand breaks up that play as we near the halfway mark of the opening quarter.
After making that basket, able to get down right away on defense to try to delay yung ofensiba ng Global Port.
Good shot by Lohorn. We swing back to live action. Gary against Hildebrand, and that will be 3 free throws for Gary David.
Nico, yung 8 puntos ni Dior Lohorn, all of them uncontested. Because of the setup job, yung unang tatlo, because of the setup job of the guards of Barangay Ginebra. That time, nakuha niya yung tapek. He was wide open from 18 feet, took that jumper.
First of 3 free throws for Gary. Meantime, mapaparod na ang Cine Filipino Film Festival. September 18 all the way to the 24th. Cine Filipino, kwento ang hari. Gary will have one more free throw here. Off a foul by Hildebrand.
Global Port already with 3 turnovers here in that first quarter. And then Barangay Ginebra scoring 7 points off those 3 turnovers.
Mac Barakael is now part of the story here, joining Elgin, Lohorn, Willie Wilson, and JJ. Barakael, the hero of that game against Wade and Shine. Wilson had nowhere to go and stepped on the baseline.
How big is that for his confidence? Knocking down 3 free throws with what? 2 seconds left in the ball game, and you are down by 2.
That was less than 2 seconds remaining in that game. The guy was even less than 1.
Nung nag-attempt sila, 0.3 ang natira.
Yeah.
0.3 ang natira.
Here's Junel. And there's Mark Kagiwa going to work.
Well, you expect Mark Kagiwa to play a big game in today's ball game because when the stakes are highest, that's when Mark Kagiwa comes out.
Gary Taha. An offensive foul against Yusuf Taha as we cross the halfway mark of the opening quarter.
That's just great anticipation by Willie Wilson. This is that shot of Mark Kagiwa doing what he does best, changing direction and getting the 2 points.
Three-point lead for Ginebra in the opening quarter. It's Mark against Jay Wash. Here's Barakael from the corner. Good hustle by Washington. Here's Gary, but he lost the ball. And LA scampers for it. And ends up with Mark. It's a 2-on-2 break. Mark Kagiwa collides with Cummings, and that's an offensive foul.
Well, he knew it. Right when he went for that basket, alam na niya na matatawagan siya ng offensive foul. What a great hustle dito kay LA Tenorio, keeping that ball alive, and Kagiwa just running down Markeith Cummings. A lot of great anticipation sa defense ng ating dalawang kumaran this first quarter.
Washington against LA. An advantage clearly for Washington. Shot clock down to 10. They go to Taha. Taha, 15-footer. Cummings with a rebound, and somebody pushed Markeith Cummings.
So I want to point out, Miko, ano yung ginawa ni LA Tenorio na hindi na-take advantage ni Jay Wash yung matchup na yun?
What did he do?
He kept on pressuring that basketball. Pinahirapan niya. So Jay Wash actually had to protect the ball and think of what to do at the same time. And that time, na-delay ni LA yung mga options. That's why napunta na lang dun sa foul kay Markeith Cummings.
For more on LA Tenorio, let's send you back to Erica Padilla.
Hindi pwedeng baliwalain, sabi ni LA, ang mga point guards ng Global Port. Mas malalaki at mas makakapal ang pangangatawan ng Batang Pierre. At alam din niya that very likely there is a specific play to stop him. Kaya kailangan daw handa siya physically and mentally para matapatan. Dinagdag pa niya that he can't be relaxed at any point kahit pagod dahil they're facing last 2 important games before playoffs. Balik sa inyo.
Paano mo naman babaliwalain si Sol Mercado?
Sabi ka ni LA, malapad ng katawan. Lakas ang katawan.
Napakabilis.
Fabulous Tenorio made a 3-pointer moments ago. Bounce pass to Kagiwa, but he lost it.
Just a miscue that time by the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings.
Here's Barangay. Over to Willie Wilson. 2 fakes, 3 fakes, 4 fakes. Still no success. Global Port down by 5. Gary to Sol. Sol to Taha. Tahantula with a layup. Yeah, you know what? He never showed some touch passing earlier. Global Port showing we can do that too.
Oh, great pass that time by Sol Mercado. Almost traveled that time. Yusef Taha knocking down the 2. We'll be right back.
Basketball, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Thriller Friday indeed. Reggie Santiago and Charlie Escobar are manning our radio panel tonight. DZSR 918. Of course, we also like to thank 90.7 Love Radio, 101.1 Yes FM, 96.3 Easy Rock. As we mentioned, 918 Sports Radio. Hope you're all having a lovely Friday evening. Of course, also showing that the fans of both teams are on the edge. They want to see their teams win with crucial games ahead. So they count that basket. And so that makes it a 23-18 game in favor of Ginebra. Some contact between Markeith Cummings and Mac Barakael.
Well, just going back to that 3 free throws of Mac Barakael, aside from the confidence dun sa opensa, you gain a lot of respect from your teammates.
It's not easy, eh?
Yung iba nga, not even the game on the line. Hirap na hirap maka 2 out of 2, di ba?
Ito 3 out of 3 pa. As Cummings misses, Jondan Salvador taps it to the wrong man. Napunta kay LA Tenorio. So we have 3:19 to go in the first period. They go to Lowhorn at the post. Blocked by Cummings, but it's just a tad bit too late.
You know, even if that was called a goaltending violation, I like that play of Markeith Cummings because the next time tumira itong Barangay Ginebra, they will be looking if Markeith Cummings is there.
Here's Gary. Rounded by Willie Wilson and now picked up by Mark Kagiwa. Shot clock down to 8. Jondan. Over to Taha. Taha has to shoot. Shot clock winding down.
Great defense by Barangay Ginebra, forcing that jumper on Yusef Taha.
Mark Barangay, inside Wilson, outside Barangay, inside Lohorn, and Lohorn connects.
Napakagandang pasahan ng Barangay Ginebra. In, out, in, and then in again para dito kay Dior Lohorn, which is going to the high percentage shot. That's why they have 27 points on the board.
As we approach the last 2 minutes of the opening quarter, Mercado to Taha. Here's Cummings. Left open, and he connects.
Forced to that jumper itong si Marquis Cummings. He can knock that down, but Barangay Ginebra, just going back to the point that I mentioned earlier, 8 assists so far in the first quarter, 71% from the field.
Here's Tenorio over to Lohorn, and Lohorn scores again.
It's been too easy para kay Dior Lohorn. 14 points in the first quarter, and most of them madali. Kayang-kaya nung physique niya, nung talent level niya. They gotta make it harder for him down low.
Dior Lohorn already with 14 points, and Mercado gets away from the defense, and he has 4 markers tonight. Still a 6-point lead for Ginebra, 29-23. Just a minute and a half remaining here in the opening quarter. Mark posting up Gary. Rebound for Taha.
Opportunity here for Global Port to get things in order for them.
Shot clock reads 10. Same matchup on the Global Port side, Gary against Mark. Same move by Gary and same result. Here's LA, it's a 2-on-1 break. LA, the Lohorn!
9 assists for Barangay Ginebra in the quarter. Talk about unselfish basketball. That's why yung 31 points parang ang dali-dali para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Lohorn now with 16. That would be a foul against Willie Wilson.
Very different how Global Port and Barangay Ginebra score. Barangay Ginebra, everybody able to touch that basketball before the attempt. Ito namang Global Port. Umiikot nga yung bola. Ang problema, pag nabigay na, pumoposte-poste sila. So playing a lot more individualistic basketball ang Global Port Batang Pier.
Kirby Raimundo is back in action for Ginebra. First time to play here in the Governor's Cup. The kid is back. Para kailan lang, no, when he was the kid. Literally one of the youngest. He was once one of the youngest players in the league.
And wow, he took the league by storm as well. Napakaganda ng linaro niya.
Joshua Bistondo also part of the ball game over to Kirby. Kelly Nabong also in. Mark double team, sends it to Kirby. Shot clock down to 5. Kirby against Nabong. Kirby, 15-footer, no go. Rebound, Cummings. And Global Port can write the last sentence of the opening chapter. They're down by 7 points. 3 seconds to go. Kelly Nabong will miss, and the ball will go back to Ginebra with 0.6 of a second remaining.
Yung ofensiba nitong Global Port, not really in rhythm, not really in the flow of what they want to be able to do. Barangay Ginebra, on the other hand, very easy, very free.
At the end of the first quarter, it is 31 for Barangay.
So ahead of the first, Dior Lohorn with 16 points to lead Ginebra. And Ginebra is on top, 31-24. Dior Lohorn, a recipient of many great extra passes by his teammates. That's another exquisite example of the unselfishness of Ginebra here in the opening quarter. And as a result, Barangay Ginebra 31-24 over